After announcing they were keeping Formula One, we learned today the Circuit of the Americas is losing the X Games.
The event was supposed to stay through 2017, but they are leaving early despite success in the first 2 years. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi has more on the reasons behind this split.
A couple things Chase Hawk knows: Austin,
born and raised,
and the X Games.
I won the gold the first year.
The BMX rider won his event in his hometown, and he thought he could get used to it.
Just from the last 2 years, I thought that it was something that could possibly stay for another 3 years.
But this year's X Games in Austin is the last. X Games and COTA confirmed they've mutually decided to part 1 year before their contract ends. COTA's battle for state funding jeopardized F1, but different reasons are being given for this exit. A sunny day in March is perfect for riding, but it's a much different story when that sun really starts to shine in the Texas summer. Due to heat concerns, X Games in Austin is held the first week in June instead of the traditional schedule of late July and early August. An X Games spokesperson said they prefer it later in the summer because there's less going on in the sports world, making it easier on resources. Even in June, Hawk heard complaints about the heat.
But I mean, anybody from Austin that's been out to the F1 track knows that there isn't a lick of shade.
Attendance in Austin has been higher than the prior X Games average, but Hawk gets just one more home field advantage.
You see a bunch of other people from Austin that are there to support you, and that can go a long way.
Just not for a long time. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
And COTA's CEO Bobby Epstein sent us a statement saying although it was great having the X Games, it did not make economic sense to continue. He said it's optimal for X Games to hold the event when it does not conflict with events like the NBA playoffs. The X Games have had a significant economic impact on the Austin area. According to a report from Gray Hill Advisors, more than 134,000 people attended the X Games in 2014. The event helped infuse an extra $161 million into the Austin economy. But the contribution was small compared to F1. The Grand Prix had an economic impact of $507 million in 2013. And all races, events, and concerts at Circuit of the Americas had an economic impact of $897 million in 2014 on the Austin area.
Right.